Hello, my Capricorn Collective. I am here today to give you your your message for September 2025. I hope you enjoy it. So going down the line, let's talk about the astrology. First of all, September 6th and 7th. We're going to look into how it's going to be affecting you, my Capricorn. The 6th, there is a Uranus retrograde in the sign of Mercury. The last time this happened was in 1941 through 1949. I advise you to check out astrology and how that was affected, but that was times of revolution. This is going to be effective till February 3rd. Then we also have Saturn in Pisces and Pisces lunar eclipse on the 7th of a full moon. And that is linking up with Jupiter in Cancer, which is literally like knowing where you are planted. So, there has been things that we've been doing that has been sabotaging us based on our emotions that we haven't healed, our subconscious mind, or magic-y stuff, right? Our intuition. These things they're being called to the forefront so you can see them and you can see how you've been self-sabotaging, creating habits and patterns that are not working for you so that you can fix them and move in a different direction. Okay, so that's kind of hurting me. My bro's kind of hurting me. And it feels funny because it wasn't hurting me till now, and it's like on my shoulder. So it's kind of like something that is hurting your shoulder, something that is heavy on your shoulders. You see, it marked me. And I'm feeling that, like something that is heavy on you. It was making my nose plugged. So let's find out what this is all about, because I am feeling that energy around you and what this energy is going to do and phase out of your life. Look at that. You start off the whole thing with the Queen of Swords. That is getting smart about what you have to cut out. Then we have the Page of Coins, and that is something that you've been investing in and that you've been creating in your reality that isn't working for you. And we have the Emperor. That is actually taking away some of your authority. So I feel like you've been investing in someone, something. It can be things you're watching on social media. It can be groups that you're connected to. It can be a political group. It can be a spiritual group. It can be a social group. It can be families. It doesn't matter. But there's something you've been investing in, and you're looking really clearly at what you're receiving from that investment, and you're being actively thinking about, should I keep this or should I cut it out? Am I learning from this? Is this helping me move forward, or is this something that is holding me back? And we have the Fool card, and the Fool card is talking about making that free will decision to either move forward or stay backwards. It feels very much, should I stay or should I go energy. This has the 10 of coins all over it, which is talking about family systems. And then it has the 2 of coins that I feel like this family system, whatever you consider family, right? Because this doesn't have to be blood. This can be people you consider family, groups that you consider family. And kind of seeing how you've been juggled. Like they only call you when they need you. They're only around in their convenience. Things like that, right? And this action that you're going to be taking, Ace of Wands, has to do with ending this cycle. I don't know. I mean, honestly, looking at this, I'd be like, you're going to cut some people out, right? But I don't know if it's necessarily 100% that. I think you're going to take action at balancing this energy by kind of creating healthy boundaries. I don't think it's a whole cutout, actually. I know this sounds crazy, but Capricorn, it doesn't feel like a count out. It feels more like a creating better boundaries between these individuals. And then we have the Star card, because it's kind of your wish. I don't feel, this is crazy, but Capricorn, I really don't feel, and it's funny because this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're really, really active. Okay. I just keep hearing the same thing. It's not like a complete cutout. It feels more along the lines of, you're just not going to be that active in my life. It's going to be one of those things where it's a high-by basis, maybe structure a way of connecting to them, but it not in the way they want, in the way that you want. We have the Nine of Cups and the Tower card. And I feel like those came out together, and it feels like you're breaking like somebody's wishes and desires upon your life. Like maybe whoever this is had a image of how the role you were going to play in their lives forever, and you're kind of like, no, I'm not doing that. And you're choosing to still have them in your life, but in your terms and not your and theirs. In the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess with the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords. I think this is all the same message. And then I'm seeing the waxing moon in a couple of weeks to get your wish fulfillment. And as I'm looking at this, it literally feels like you're starting to see clearly the subconscious programs that you have had that has limited you because you felt an obligation to these individuals. But now you're like, wait a second, I don't owe you anything, right? And I think I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to focus on my happiness, my wish fulfillment, whatever. But I'm not going to cut you out of my life. It's just going to be one of those things where, like, it feels very much, Capricorn, like you're choosing how this structure with these individuals is going to be. You know, you're choosing how you're going to allow them into your life, and it's going to be very limited, and it's going to be very structured, and it's going to be a way that you feel comfortable, not necessarily what they want. And I think you're doing it for your own safety. I mean, you wouldn't get to this point of wanting to do that if there isn't a really good, valid reason why you're having to do that. And I feel like creating these healthy boundaries is so that you can still conserve that relationship or that bond, but also keep mental sanity and clarity. That's how I'm feeling, because legit, this feels like these people are kind of toxic, but you love them. Okay. And that's complicated, but I think that's like the truth of a lot of relationships. Like, you love them, but you know they're not healthy for you. So then you would like to have them in your life in just like small pieces, but not all the time. That's what this feels like. All right. Next thing, September 21st, there is a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Why is this so important? Because if you're watching my astrology, and if you are subscribed to this channel, you would know that on the 23rd, we had a new moon in Virgo. The same thing. It is actually a portal. Now, I did say something on the 23rd that is something my guides told me that you will not see in astrology, because I really don't do astrology based on what astrology books say. I do it based on what they tell me. And they told me that there was a full solar eclipse on the 23rd. And they said that because the sun was in Virgo, but so was the moon, right? Now I understand why they were saying that, because I found out that we have a solar eclipse in Virgo on the 21st. And what it was saying was that whatever happened to you, now I need you to really think about this, around the 20th to the 27th of August, it's going to come back on the 21st. And there was some, I want to say, revelations, things you found out, things you were clear about, things that you realized, things that you like affirmed, right? I want this, I don't want this, I whatever, etc. And on the 21st, it feels like an energy of, now I'm going to take active action in what I declared back then. So let's see how this is going to affect you. Look at that. Four of Wands right off the bat. Four of Wands is talking about tending to your foundation. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is really looking at what you're investing in, how you're going to do things. It's prudence. So one of the virtues you receive when you confront one of the 7 deadly sins is prudence. And prudence is the wisdom to know what you should invest in and what you shouldn't, what you should give to and what you shouldn't, and having that balance between what is yours and what is extra of your surplus that you can give to others. And so it's kind of reflecting how your material world has been a reflection of yourself and your belief systems. And then that's creating this Fool card, which is you taking that leap of faith into an unknown energy, but still a little bit scared, but literally breaking down some foundation that no longer serves you. There's a lot of bats here that are calling my attention. And bats, for me, whenever they show up, it's something that's being done in the dark. So bats for me are a representation kind of like crows. Whenever crows roam around me, I know somebody's sending bad juju. And at nighttime, if I see them, is that somebody's sending bad juju at night. Okay. But that's just me, myself. Right here, it's kind of like clearing out the bad juju that's around you. Now you're scared to take this leap. You're uncertain of yourself. There is a little bit of fear, but it is positive, you know? Then we have this hangman energy, and I like that too. Now, this is interesting because we just got 3 major arcanas in a row. This happened a lot with Sagittarius. But the hanged man in this opportunity thing is kind of like, so now I'm going to shift my focus into something that's going to fill my cup instead of keep me in this stagnant energy. And so once you take this leap, once you break down this foundation, there's always a period of pause because you don't know what you're going to create, right? Like you're not really sure how this world is going to look for a little bit. And then when you like kind of settle in, then you start moving forward. Just keep that in mind, okay? Don't be frustrated by like a little pause. Because see, I'm seeing you moving into calmer waters. There is a 6 of Swords. So it is moving into a new terrain, and it's a happy one. Look at that with the Sun card, another major arcana. One where you're clear-minded, where you are sure about what you're doing. Then we have the Queen, the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Fire. She takes action because she knows that it's right for her, right? And we have a lot of passion here because we also have the Knight of Wands. So it's like an activation of your passions, your desires, your actions. It's kind of like now you're really calling the attention to yourself because you're more sure of the way you want to move forward. I feel like before you would hold yourself back because of the potential of hurting the individuals we were talking about before, or being disloyal, or like betraying, right? And now it's kind of like I'm not betraying anybody by choosing my life and choosing my direction. It's my turn. I gave enough, and here you go with God interceding. So there is this activation. This is God's will in your life. I'm just gonna be honest. It look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. That's a big change. And this is God's will in your life. It's just kind of one of those things where you're just kind of like, it's time for me to move forward. It's your turn. I'm liking this actually. In the bottom of the deck here, they might send you messages. They might send you a whole mess of love and whatever, and you're just gonna flush it down the toilet because you're not interested. They have a wish to reunite with you, but you see them for who they are, High Priestess, and you know it's a trap and it's false love. And that this false love, look at this. Let me show you how much it's false love. Look at how the Death card and the Knight of Cups have the same pose. Okay? This is what I'm telling you. Like a lot of people, whenever they see the Knight of Cups, they're all like, oh, they're going to talk to you about love, blah, blah, blah. That is fucking narcissistic love. That's not real shit. It's death. And you see it. You're over it. I'm seeing, look at this. Look at, if you don't want a stronger confirmation, we have the Chariot card, the Star card, the Strength card, the Empress card. 4 major arcanas in a row, okay? Which literally means I'm moving forward to my happily ever after with strength because I know I'm right and I'm going to get abundantly what I want. And I'm sorry if you missed out on this opportunity. It sounds like a you problem. You do you. Like, it's not selfish if you know that the ground that you've been planted on up to now has never given you fruit, that has broken you down, that hanging out with certain people, places, things, and energies are giving you depression. Why would you continue to be in that? So you're choosing you, and it is correct. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about is the equinox, which is the 22nd, the next day. It's fall equinox, and this is the 180 turn into a new direction, right? Clearly, because you know you're right. That whole stack fell. So what are we focusing on? We're focused on your happiness. And why are we focusing on it? Because you've been in a financial pinch. The lobster. You've been trying to seek information because you've been in a vine. You've been tied up. And right now, you're looking for good fortune with the beetle. And this is, you're going to receive that gift of good fortune because you're receiving advice from people that are loyal to you. And it's going to be a really short journey you're going to have to get to the tent, right? To get where you're supposed to be. It's just a temporary situation right now where you're just like kind of wandering free and not sure where you're supposed to go. This feels like the hangman energy, but you're going to find your way. I'm not even worried. I mean, for you, I feel like this is exactly what you're supposed to do. Look, caterpillar, things will not always be this way. Things are changing. Change is coming. I see that here with that short journey. You're going to receive good news. We have the peacock says, beware of prideful people, and then has the camel, persevere, and you will overcome problems. And so I think that people will have their eyes on you as you're moving forward because, like, legit, you don't know how much you've been blessing these people's lives by continuing to be with them. And sometimes the only reason why we haven't gotten a blessing is because we're still stuck in the past. That's Lot's wife, she turned around, she turned into a pillar of salt. If you're constantly turning around and listening to their cries, their please stay with me, please, I need you, I just need your help right now, la 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 la, and you're constantly like, giving them grace, when every single time you give them grace, you go backwards instead of forwards, that is calling to your soul. Like, let's say you hang out with a person and to help them because they needed help, and then afterwards you go through like a week or 2 weeks of doubts, worries, insecurities, like feelings of getting sick. All of this is kind of telling you, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. So I hope you get the message that you needed, and I hope September is going to be very transformative for you, Capricorn.